All right, everybody, we're gonna fire this up here. I'm Matt with Grindline Skateparks, CEO at Grindline. Been here for about, turn it up. Do you do that or do I do that or how's it work? I love microphones. Testing. Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, great. Yeah, I've been with Grindline for almost 20 years now and just oversee all of our design and construction projects. I also have lived here in Cle Elum for about 6 years now with my wife and kids. So this is kind of a extra special project for me, obviously, but hopefully most of you guys were at the last meeting and already know all that, so I'll stop repeating myself and we can just get into this one. Just a kind of a review on the schedule as far as the whole project goes. So we're presenting the preliminary concept tonight. We'll be finalizing the concept by early June and then getting into construction documents and any permitting required this fall and hoping to be ready to break ground as soon as the weather allows in the spring. Just couple of basic goals on the project. So, so replace the current park at City Park with the new state-of-the-art Casa Place concrete park. The design for the new facility should result in input from the community through a public outreach process. That's what we've been doing the last meeting and this meeting here, engaging users and getting their buy-in on the final design. The facility should accommodate users of all ages and skill levels and be complementary to the city park's surrounding park features and users. All right, so get right into it here. I'm going to go over some renderings of the design and talk a little bit about like the phasing of the project. We kind of have a phase one for the original identified construction budget and then a phase two if fundraising efforts are able to go big over the winter, and hopefully that's the case. So we have a picture to show people what it could be. So this is a rendering looking like from the basketball court there towards second. So you got the up there up top. Hopefully my cursor still works. Up here in the corner, you got your bowl. We had a lot of requests for mini ramps, so we kind of tried to incorporate just, square shallow end with flat walls. 4 feet deep, that's kind of your quintessential mini ramp size. Then a deep end here with an extension and pool coping. I think right now we're just showing that at 6, but we could probably go down a little bit in the flat bottom and get up to like 7 or 8 feet deep in that section. You got your little street section here. You got your flat ledge, little two-stair. There's kind of a little jump ramp here that creates a Euro gap going up or, jump ramp going down. Hubble ledge, you can hit both ways, going down the bank or up. Same with the handrail here. Little bank to ledge feature here in the corner. And this corner feature, there's these two quarter pipe features with a gap in the middle, and it's a combo of that with banks and a hip coming around the corner here. Let's get a better angle of. Whoa, crazy there. Pyramid hip in the corner with the ledge on top. And then you got your little ledge manual pad with the oversized slappy curb combo here. Flat bar rail. It's a little slappy curb spine that's kind of paying tribute to the DIY feature that the guys threw into the existing park. Going to be hard to save that one, but kind of do like a little bit more beefed up version of it. Then down into this bowl feature, kind of got the doorway sort of trying to pay tribute to like a coal chute or a coal mine entrance. pool coping on top of the extension. There's a deep end here, and we'll get into the model and we can get closer into this. These are just the renderings, but we can kind of actually like cruise around here in a few. So yeah, this kind of deep end of the flow bowl area, little kind of super volcano here. Just thinking kind of a little Alpenshall tribute there. We're still kind of messing around with that, how that's going to work. Again, preliminary concepts. So, yeah, a few different shots of all the things I just talked about. Yeah, and then also in the shallow end of the bowl, we got this kind of little launch ramp out. Talked about maybe doing another little concrete slappy curb on top of that. There's a plan view, just kind of helping orient the park. You know, again, second over here, basketball court, playground's up in this corner. And this is just showing the kind of phasing limits we're looking at for the project. Originally, you know, the targeted construction budget was about $250,000, thinking that that would be hopefully easily attainable through fundraising efforts. And then as kind of we got into the project, you know, we kind of decided on, hey, let's show a picture of what could be with the park. If there's going to be some time to fundraise.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, sorry. Like I said, love these things. But anyway, so we have a picture to show the community and the folks that might be interested in contributing to the park of, you know, what could be if we filled this whole space of the old park. This is a plan view just kind of showing the general elevations with like surrounding existing ground being zero. So you can kind of show the changes where it goes up and where it actually goes below existing grade, which will have to drain out through like an infiltration system outside the park. And then as far as like the areas that are elevated, you know, the idea would be not to have any concrete walls or anything like that around the perimeter. It'd be burned up with turf, so it kind of looks like it's blended into the landscape.
Matt, ask everyone to stop chattering.
What?
Yeah, ask everyone to stop.
It's a brewery. I think everybody who is interested is listening. So, anyways, we can jump back into these renderings, and like I said, I've got the 3D model actually, which we can kind of cruise around and do close-ups of the different features and stuff. And then we got a little mic up here if anybody wants to come ask questions or provide input, they are welcome to. But yeah, that's pretty much the presentation. This one's a lot shorter than the first one, which is nice for me. But you know, basically the next steps are refining this concept based on the feedback we get from you guys tonight, and then revising and submitting for final approval of the concept, and then getting into construction documents. And like I said, you know, hopefully having funding to get this thing going first thing in the spring next year. This is my contact info. If anybody comes up with any additional information, like after the fact or whatever, you're welcome to email me, provide me with your ideas and whatnot, and we'll take them into consideration. So that's, pretty much it on the formal part of the presentation. But like I said, I'm here. Like anybody's welcome to come up, talking to the mic, or we can get into more informal discussions just about the features and the design as well. So with that, I'll just get this model opened up and open it up for questions or comments. up here. Go for it, Tim.
Let's give Tim his own microphone.
Oh, that one's not? Oh, really? It's like coming back into my... I could hear it like repeating in my eardrums. Here you go.
Announce yourself.
Oh, yeah. We can just break off. Yeah.
No, I want to hear. I think everyone should hear what Tim has to say.
All right, I'm Tim Levitt. I've been I've been involved in a lot of skate parks. I was involved in the original one in North Bend back in the day. It's terrible. We know this, but that was 30 years ago. I was involved with the North Bend one, which is pretty good. I would change some things on this because at every one of these meetings I go to, everybody talks about flow. We want to go to the skate park, and the skate park's got to have flow. And for me, there's a lot of new skate parks coming out, and some of the older ones that existed are kind of known for this. The old North Bend Park was known for that because people could kind of skate around in a circle and like continually keep doing tricks and stuff like that. Also, the Orcas Island Park is like that, where people have, there's this thing called flow in skateboarding, and that word hasn't even been around that long. We had half pipes and street skaters. We never really used it. Then we started building parks. You guys don't know, but anyways. We got these two big features here. We can do this later, dude. We got these two big features here. I would break them up so they're kind of feeding into each other and take out these kind of dead-end corners right here and cut up this is what I'm talking about here, where you go straight across. You're going to turn around, you come straight back, do a trick. You're going to turn around, go straight back, do a trick, turn around, come straight back, do a trick. If you really wanted to make it flow, you'd have like a circle track going around it and keep all these linear lines going around the park so people could skate. You could still hit that rail, that box, and that jump, but you'd hit them all on the perimeter of the park, and you'd put these two features on opposite ends of the park so you could carry your speed from one to the other, and then that would allow you to hit all these street course features and then go in and out of this bowl structure in the middle, which they're going to call the flow bowl. That avoids a lot of just the, there's going to be people standing around here trying to skate this. They're just going back and forth. You're going back and forth. You might as well go in a circle and hit back and forth. Then you can learn more tricks because you're going to hit everything in a row in a line. All right, you happy? So I would take these existing structures here and kind of reconfigure them, and these big like flat waste of spaces where people are going straight. People need to be going around in a circle. There's a couple new parks in Montana and some other parks that are going in, and you see like Sky Brown and these kids skating these pump tracks and stuff like that, looking for jump options and that continuous flow, which I studied at Central Washington University. All right, thanks.
Thanks, Tim. And I do understand what you're saying as far as the, circular flow and whatnot. And it definitely is a struggle whenever we're trying to design a park that's multi-phased, because you have to have two pieces that can, at least one piece can stand alone on its own without relying on the other. And that's kind of why, especially in the phase one, you have the more linear back and forth flow. We actually even had to make it more linear as we developed it, because we kind of had the going around circular, and then it's like, where do you stop it? All of a sudden you have like banks going to grass if phase two doesn't happen and stuff like that. But we don't know.
So if you come up with all the funding for flow, would it be then more feasible to reconfigure it to have more flow?
Yeah.
We're able to, do what we came here to do, but that then give more feasibility.
Yeah, it's definitely possible to rework it if all the funding comes in. Is she?
Which phase was 1 and 2, or is it interchangeable?
It could be interchangeable. Just again, see if I can get back to. So phase one is on top, which is the enclosed bowl, and then kind of the like I was saying, kind of the linear back and forth street course that can stand on its own, and then phase two. Phase two might be a little strange on its own, at least a portion of it, but. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something down the road. We've talked with the skate park committee and parks. If funds fall somewhere in between the two, we can always go back and look at a way to create a design somewhere in between that kind of incorporates the same intent and matches whatever funds are available. Jim.
If you do just phase one, do you still demolish the whole existing park?
Definitely. Yeah, just turf in those areas. I mean, I think overall it's an eyesore, fence and slabbed, and I just get rid of it and put some passive or areas where people can relax on the grass or whatever.
Right, that's not.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, Lucy.
Among some of the community comments that we got at the last meeting was places for art.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about some of the opportunities there might be for art and that?
Yeah, we had talked about. Let me see if I can find good images here. Yeah, we had talked about maybe we had a steel fabricator. Is she here tonight? Oh gosh. Sorry, I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. Maria. We had discussed with Maria about she does steel fabrication, about maybe incorporating some fabrication work into the skate park, and kind of one of the ideas we discussed was maybe the bases of the handrails become some sort of artwork. So as in, it's not going to disrupt the skating, but just kind of offer like an aesthetic from a vertical aspect. One thing we talked about was maybe as far, this is a Rotary project, and the logo for Rotary is that gear that everybody knows, and like maybe the bases of the rails are the actual like Rotary gears sunken into the concrete and are actually structurally supporting the skate rails. That's just one idea. I mean, there's railroad tie rail. Oh, a railroad rail. Yeah, those are fun to. Have you ever fabricated with the railroad ties? They're not really. We've had to do them in a couple parks, and it's a nightmare. But it's an idea for sure. So yeah, I mean, any other ideas anybody has about any sort of art incorporation or anything like that is welcome.
So, Matt, I got another question.
Yeah, Jim.
Is it all concrete? I mean, it's different colors there?
Yeah.
Or is it really all the same material?
It's all concrete and steel. So all the skatable surfaces are concrete, and then the edging to protect it and whatnot is steel. We like to do a little bit of like integral concrete color in our parks, just to kind of break up, make it not so gray and gloomy, and add a little bit of interest to the eye, I guess you could say. But yeah, 100% concrete.
So Matt, you live here, right?
I do.
What gets you stoked about this park?
I think just having something for everybody, really. I mean, I really like the doorway feature, and having the little enclosed bowl, I think would be super fun to skate. I personally would be stoked on 4 and 6 feet, but I can understand that people might want a little bit deep end. But yeah, I mean, just basically picturing this when I drive up instead of what we drive by every day, take the kids to school. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, stuff like that is definitely stuff we want to hear back from you guys about, is like, what do you guys want to see for, what's the deepest thing you want to see in the park? What's the shallowest thing? The extension's pool coping. And actually both extensions are pool coping. Let me go back to this. It's a lot easier to... So this is like the actual 3D model before we render it, but what you see in green is pool coping, and what you see in pink is steel. The idea would be to have some sort of entrance, or not entrance, but some sort of way through the park. Maybe it's got like a gate on it or something. And that helping it be visible from second. What, me? Oh. What else, guys? Yeah, this guy back here. Can you come up here a little closer?
Colin. Step up to the mic.
Here? This is like a supersized slappy curb, concrete curb between the... So I guess for anybody that doesn't skateboard, a slappy curb is basically like a red fire curb, a concrete curb that you see, like a no parking fire lane curb. And we just got a couple different, so basically everything you see in red is slappy curb. Wow, that's it? Pizza time?
Is there a missed opportunity behind the hip? Or it goes diagonal?
Behind which hip? The hip?
Big hip in the corner at the bottom of the screen.
This one right here? The little pyramid hip?
Like, it seems like there's a lot of flat space up there that could be used as maybe another feature, another hip ramp, corner ramp.
Yeah.
Get some speed, drop down.
The thing about a pyramid hip is like you almost have to treat it like a street feature instead of like a transition feature, and that like you need room to like land and ride out of it. You know what I mean? So maybe, I mean, it's definitely something we could look at. What's that? Okay. I think might be it. All right. Well, I'll be hanging around here after I put this microphone away. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to come up and ask them.
Thank you, Matt. Just really quickly before we send you guys all off, I want to thank you guys for coming. This input is really, really important for us to design something that the community wants, and we want you guys to want this. We're spending a lot of time and effort on it. But we'd also like to thank some pretty integral sponsors for our process. As you know, we are community volunteers, and we have been graciously sponsored by Rotary. They're holding our 501(c), and on top of that, they are providing an immense amount of support. We could not be doing this without all of their amazing donors and their feedback. Additionally, we'd like to thank the Cle Elum Parks Committee. They've been nonstop in helping us. We don't actually know what we're doing. And so they've stepped up and really helped us to guide the way. All of our merch is by donation only. And we are able to turn an amazing profit on this because Rhonda at Idea Boardshop has volunteered her time and her ink to make every one of these items, which is a remarkable donation because you guys like our merch. We've sold a lot of it. And so she spent a lot of time doing that. So please, if you're in the Wenatchee area, stop by, see Larry and Rhonda. They're community supporters and amazing people. We'd also really like to do a huge shout out to Daniel Diederichs and Die Cut Stickers. He's donated all of our stickers, our amazing table, I don't even know what you call that, tablecloth, our posters. We've got more things coming from him. And he's helping us to really market this in a way that I think is remarkable. And we're super grateful for his guidance. And last but not least, we'd like to thank Dru Bru. They've donated this space to us repetitively and will continue to. And also they have a ton of wisdom in throwing events. So we're really, really grateful for their help. And Lucy has something to say. Okay, last but not least, we will be doing a pretty awesome event at the end of the summer, but we're also gonna be participating in the parades and a lot of community events coming up. But keep your ears out. In the fall, we'll be doing a massive silent auction to try to generate as much as we possibly can. It's gonna help us qualify for grants, demonstrate to other donors that we have community support. So if you think you're interested in donating anything to our silent auction or participating in any way, shape, or form, we would so greatly appreciate it. Like we said, we're all volunteers, and we just wanna see this happen. So okay, Lucy, you can talk now. Oh, September 10th, woo!
Okay, good job, Matt and Andrea. The last thing that I wanted to say is that this design that Grindline did would never have been possible without the Suncadia Fund for Community Enhancement and the Shoemaker Foundation, which went halvesies on the deal. We couldn't have done it. Yeah. It's a very, very, very big deal, and those two are tapped for every type of donation ask that the community has repeatedly, constantly, and they come forward every time. So we're gonna be going out for a bunch of grants. Those are the kind of big chunks, but then, like Andrea said, there's gonna be a lot of smaller, but still very, very important events throughout the summer. So we're really excited to see all of you, starting with the Easton Parade, I think, which is the 18th, right? Yeah, May 18th? Okay, look it up, Easton Parade, they'll be there, yes. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.